Hello, my name is Thomas Marchese. I'm a fourth year undergraduate material science and engineering student at Georgia Tech. I'm one of the top 10 nominees for Mr. Georgia Tech, and I'm extremely honored. And so today, to start off explaining my community service video, I'm going to take you through getting a surveillance test for COVID at Bobby Dodd Stadium. I hope it goes well. As it turns out, getting a COVID test at Georgia Tech is as simple as sunshine and rainbows. That's why every week when you get your test, you get to walk away with a free King of Pops popsicle. They have all my favorite flavors that keeps me coming back week after week. As evidenced from this week's weather, though, the summer warmth won't last forever, and getting a popsicle might not encourage students to keep going. We can see from our weekly numbers that testing has decreased at a level that I'm not satisfied with. Taking into consideration the changing weather and the need to keep up our testing numbers, with my remaining time today, I'd like to propose a campaign I call Jackets Warm Up Jackets. This service project is intended to impact campus to prevent the spread of COVID at a time when we will need it most. As our undergraduate community returns to campus in early January, this project works to obtain three main impacts that will keep our campus open and safe from an outbreak. First, a renewed dedication to weekly testing is needed within our community. Our community will need to believe that weekly testing is worthy and effective. Next, it'll be imperative that we start the year with a high population percentage, testing quickly and identifying the cases that we need to prevent an outbreak from forming. Finally, I personally want our community to remember that despite the cold weather, outdoors will still be a safer environment for socially distanced interaction and preventing the spread of COVID. To achieve my lofty goals of affecting our community's attitude towards COVID testing, my plan is for a 3-day push at the beginning of the semester at the different testing sites. In place of the fall incentive of King of Pops, my plan is to work with GT Dining, Tiff's Treats, or Insomnia Cookies to provide hot chocolate and warm cookies to students who participate in surveillance testing during the days that we're campaigning. Having a warm winter treat could be just the encouragement our students need to take a COVID test as soon as they return to campus. As president of the men's club volleyball team, I can assure you that I recognize the importance of keeping testing numbers high so that my club members can remain safe. I'm only one man, and I can only be at one testing location to distribute hot cocoa and cookies to students. But luckily at my disposal is the network of other student leaders that also recognize the same dilemma as I do, that we need testing for our organizations to be safe. And so my plan is through the GT Student Leaders Slack to organize time slots for our students to be there distributing to our peers in a safe manner. I'll be coordinating with Georgia Tech and their safety guidelines to make sure that our tabling is up to par and safe for our students to both reward and interact with our fellow peers. Like residential classrooms and student organization meetings, our athletic programs this year would not be possible without the widespread participation in COVID surveillance testing. As a further incentive to get tested and participate in normalizing testing to our peers, my hope is to work with Georgia Tech Athletics and their partnership with Adidas to design warm winter gear such as a hat or a scarf that is limited edition to students that are willing to promote their COVID test taking on social media to their peers. Winning would either enter them into a raffle for the gear, or if Georgia Tech and Adidas can work out a deal, we can get enough gear to provide it to the first 1,000 students that are tested during the first week of the spring semester. My reasoning for wanting to collaborate with Adidas and Georgia Tech Athletics on this project is that by introducing warm weather gear to our student population, students will be more inclined to eat outside and interact outside with their peers, where it's much safer to let down your mask to eat. Students should always adhere to the social distancing guidelines, regardless of inside or outside, but it'll be a lot harder to be outside during the winter when we might even see snow this year. My fingers are crossed. Imagine how proud our school would be to have a socially distanced line wrapped all the way around the library testing site on day 1 of the spring semester. If I were to be elected to the role of Mr. Georgia Tech, I'm confident that my leadership skills and logistical planning skills will allow me to be successful in the execution of this community service project. I believe that as a part of Atlanta and a part of Georgia, we are responsible for being safe citizens within our community. COVID is a serious thing, and we need to continue to take it serious as we rely on having a safe environment for our students to be successful. Jackets Warm-Up Jackets will be a successful project that will lead to 3 amazing results. Our students will be encouraged to get tested immediately upon return to campus, to keep testing throughout their time during the spring semester, and finally, to be safe outdoors and indoors. Starting off 2021 with Jackets Warm-Up Jackets, a collaborative event with the support of all the mentioned groups, will demonstrate that we are unified as a campus towards making health our #1 priority. Go Jackets!